Hello, welcome to this tropical update. Let's see what's happening. So, we have still tropical depression Mani. It's barely nothing, right? And there's still tropical cyclone Bheki in the southern Indian Ocean. So let's see here what's happening. So there's tropical cyclone Bheki. It's still a severe tropical storm. It's projected to pass just north of Port Maturin. Might leave some heavier storms there, and pass just south of Mauritius, but it might leave some heavier rains there, and Reunion too. So we'll check that. And there's this other disturbance forming there in the central Indian Ocean. They'll likely split in two, and one part might go into the Bay of Bengal, and another the southern Indian Ocean. So let's see here. There's the European model, shows Bheki there, goes, leaves some storms in Reunion and Mauritius, and goes away. But then there's the disturbance central Indian Ocean. Half of it goes into the Bay of Bengal, as you can see there, low pressure, and half of it to the southern Indian Ocean. The European still very weak with this. It's like a disturbance or a bob or tropical depression approaching eastern India. So the Europeans still weak, but this will already generate a lot of heavy storms there on the 26th or something. And the GFS and southern Indian Ocean, the European does have a small cyclone forming there around the 27th or 30th of November there. So yeah, and now the GFS model is like Jesus here. So it has Bheki there, passes south of Mauritius and Reunion, but leaves some storms there. And the GFS, the disturbance, leaving more heavy rain Sumatra and some areas, then it splits in two. You can see the GFS forms two cyclones, one in the southern Indian Ocean, arrived by the 26th, and another one on the Bay of Bengal. So the Bay of Bengal one, the GFS has going towards eastern India, maybe leave some storms near Bangladesh too, and then dissipates there. Then the southern Indian Ocean one goes south there and dissipates by December 1st. So we're watching that, and there's like in the South China Sea, the GFS also trying to form something there on December 3rd and go towards Vietnam. So that's also a possibility, but that's very far out. So yeah, there's the Canadian model too, passes Bheki there, south of Mauritius and Reunion, some heavy rains there. Then if just does try to form a tropical storm in the southern Indian Ocean, and it forms another one heading towards Sri Lanka, Bay of Bengal. So it has this storm a little bit further south. So instead of going to India, the Canadian model has going towards Sri Lanka. Maybe the Canadians really gain this cyclone strength passing south of India and northern Maldives. So this will be a very interesting situation, but this also be a very crazy situation. So I don't personally think this is going to happen, but like a cyclone that big in the Arabian Sea, maybe not. So we'll keep monitoring. But there's the icon too, passes back there through Reunion and Mauritius. Then it does form the cyclone. The southern Indian Ocean tries to form something, and the icons is getting the biggest part of the disturbance uh, over Sri Lanka and southern India. So yeah, if you are like in southern India and Sri Lanka, you gotta monitor this a lot, especially next week. There might be some heavy rains there and some more downpours, so be careful. The Neptune has Bheki there, and the other forming the southern Indian Ocean. Then it has the disturbance over southern India, Bay of Bengal, and especially in Sri Lanka. So yeah, it doesn't have any giant cyclone, but it has the disturbance over those areas. So be aware there. And now let's just see like the Western Pacific, if it's done or not, because the Canadian model was trying to like in the longer term bring a disturbance close to the Philippines on November 29th, and the Philippines had a bunch of storms there, so this wouldn't be a good situation. But that's that's only the Canadian. But the GFS does have around December 4th a tropical depression or something near the southern Philippines there, so we'll monitor that. But there's still a lot of time for that. The European shows like it goes there, and it doesn't have anything. It does have a small low pressure near Micronesia and Palau on December 4th, but yeah, that's very far away in time. So yeah, let's see if there are any interesting things here with like the ensembles from the Europeans. So like in other regions, there's like South Pacific, Western Indian Ocean barrier. So there's like the European model ensemble. So the European does have this cyclone forming the southern Indian Ocean. It has a lot of support there for something to form. Not certain yet, but it has a lot of support. It does have Bheki. These other trails here are Bheki there, and then it has like a lot of support for something near the Langstrip Islands in southern India and the Arabian Sea as well. So we have to monitor that area of the Arabian Sea, southern India, and Sri Lanka. One member goes towards northern India, but like eastern India, but most members just stick to Sri Lanka and southern India. So we really have to monitor these spots around Sri Lanka, southern India, and those areas. And it does have some lingering low pressures near the Philippines to watch, but nothing concerning at this point. The GFS does have systems. The system potential in the southern Indian Ocean has a bunch of members showing developing there. And it does have like this system forming up near Sumatra and heading towards India and Sri Lanka. But the GFS is more inclined to the north. It's not heading a lot to like west like the European. It does have some members the Arabian Sea as well. So yeah, and the GFS does have some more members near the Philippines by the 29th and some stuff on the South China Sea as well. So we'll monitor that, but just be aware in those areas like Mauritius, Reunion with Bheki, and India and Sri Lanka. So in the next 5 days until the 24th, the the European does have like from Bheki the Europeans is all the way to 115 millimeters, 145 in Reunion, St. Denis on 76 millimeters. So be aware there is some heavier downpours there in Reunion from this Mauritius on 53 millimeters, 48, but uh, these models are not always right. So this rain over Reunion might fall in Mauritius too, or vice versa. So we can never trust 100% these models, but just be aware in all those areas. In Port Maturin, the European does have all the way to 160 millimeters there, so some heavier storms there. Be careful. Further north, like in Seabreeze Village, some passing showers and storms in the Maldives. Beware of more tropical downpours near the Maldives, some passing showers and storms. And it does have like in Sri Lanka, southern India, and some areas some 65 millimeters already, but this is before it forms. Does have this system from southern Indian Ocean, as you can see the curve here, but yeah. And meanwhile, before this forms and heads towards India, it has a lot of some heavy tropical downpours throughout Malaysia, Indonesia, 127 millimeters, some areas of like 100 millimeters, 94. So be aware, some tropical downpours does have some heavy rain southernmost Thailand, some 189 millimeters, almost 200, some 187, 119. So stay safe with that heavy rain there, some flooding. And yeah, it shows northern Sumatra spots 170 millimeters, especially along the coast of the Indian Ocean. Some very intense tropical downpours. Be careful, some heavy rain, lightning. The Nicobar Islands, more than 150 millimeters as well, and the Andaman Islands a little bit. And shows more there like Java, central spots of Java, close to 100 millimeters. Stay safe there in Indonesia and Malaysia, those areas. And after this forms up, if I put this until the 28th, the European array has some more 160 millimeters in India there, if this forms up. So yeah, stay safe in those areas. And in Vietnam, the European has more than 300 millimeters in Vietnam in the next 5 days. But if I put it just until Friday, just as 62 millimeters, and until Sunday, 300. So there might be a bigger rain event between Friday and Sunday in Vietnam there. So please monitor this and stay safe. This might cause flooding if it does happen. Shows more in Hainan, southern China, some storms. Taiwan does have like some 70 millimeters or some other areas. And northern Philippines does have some thunderstorms there, some more downpours near like southern India, not India, the Philippines. This is the Philippines. Shows central Philippines, just some tropical showers and storms passing by, nothing crazy. A little bit more quiet near the western Philippines. And yeah, be aware like western Guinea, some more tropical downpours, and central Indonesia do like tropical downpours. And we will definitely make more videos for Oceania and Australia, especially for Queensland there, more stuff. So stay tuned for that tomorrow or after tomorrow. And let's see, shows some showers and storms in Madagascar and some passing showers. This might be in the form of thunderstorms because it's spring already. More showers and storms. More of a Central Africa, a lot in Tanzania, South Africa, some showers and storms. And we might make a video more detail for Africa as well. And yeah, stay safe. In the next 5 days in Sri Lanka, they'll show some 72 millimeters, 70, and until the 28th, in northern Sri Lanka, close to 120 millimeters. But the GFS has like until the 28th, 220 millimeters northern Sri Lanka, and it has this curving north into the Bay of Bengal. But just the next 5 days, the GFS already has the western coast of Sumatra more than 200 millimeters more there, so stay safe there. Shows central Indonesia, some heavier downpours. Malaysia, the GFS also showing Vietnam close to 200 100 millimeters, so stay safe there, especially from Friday to Sunday. And the excess only shows the south, but the excess already showing like some spots of 300 millimeters in Vietnam as well, so stay safe there later this week. And the excess shows some heavy downpours in spots of Malaysia and central Indonesia there. Some are tropical downpours southern Philippines, central Indonesia and to western Guinea. And does show some heavy rain near like southernmost Thailand and northern Malaysia. So stay safe, says central Sumatra there. There are like these islands on the Indian Ocean, belong to Australia, I think. So shows all the 218 millimeters in West Thailand in the next 5 days. So stay safe there. That's the excess. The European just has 63 millimeters there the next 5 days. The GFS is 106 millimeters in West Thailand, and the icon has like 102 millimeters in West Thailand. So be aware some more tropical downpours, and if this cyclone forms, better be monitoring it near West Thailand. So be aware there, and some other scary islands there. Be aware of the heavy rain. So stay safe, and shows some higher gusts near Taiwan and China. And if the systems do form into the Indian Ocean, there will be some higher gusts. And in Mauritius and Reunion, as the cyclone comes, might be a little bit higher gusts, close to 60 km per gust, and even more, 68, 65, and some larger waves there and swells. So be aware there too. And yeah, this mainly it.